Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. How are you doing today, my friend? My name is Talia Joy. Welcome. This is my space. This is your space. This is our space. I'm so excited that you are here. And on this show, we basically dive into the magical mystery tour that is personal transformation, awakening, healing, manifestation, and really becoming that fullest expression of who you are, creating that life that you see in your mind's eye. So I'm really excited that you're here. And before we dive in, as I like to do, let's check in. How are you? Are you hydrated? Do you need a sip of water right now? How's the nervous system? How's the body? Are you well rested? I hope you're doing well. And as always, no matter how you're dropping in today, you are absolutely welcome here. And I say that kind of laughing because I drop in with you guys and record in all different types of ways. Sometimes you hear me a little bit more heavy and serious and processing, and sometimes I'm light and silly and weird. So no matter how you're feeling, whether it's sticky or you're feeling light and weird, I am here for it, and you are absolutely welcome here. In this episode, we are talking about what it really means to kind of quote unquote show up for yourself, right? And I want to dive into the different layers because there are physical layers of showing up for ourselves. There are emotional, there are spiritual, honoring our needs. I also need to talk about how this is almost in some ways, actually it is, the most potent work you can do because it brings in healing, it brings in manifestation, it brings in awakening, it brings in moving forward. It's really everything. So I want to talk about how showing up for yourself is not just pedicures, although it definitely can be. It's not one thing, it's all the things. And we're going to dive into that today and how, again, this is a ripple effect of the healing, but it also puts the healing work you've been doing into action. And on a soul level, I also need to touch on the spiritual piece as we dive in. On a soul level, this is kind of the reason you're here. This is kind of it. This is kind of, and not so kind of, everything. So we're going to dive all into what it truly means to show up for yourself. And before we do, I just want to remind you, we have the retreat coming soon. We have a few spaces left, and I'm so excited because this retreat is really showing up for yourself and so much more. It's a return to who you truly are. We get to hug in person. We get to move through a transformative experience where you will be nourished and natured and taken care of and inspired and activated. And I cannot wait to see you over here just off Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. Let's meet in person. I'm going to cordially invite you with the little wrist twirl and everything. Come to the retreat. It will be so powerful. And again, we get to hug and go in person. It's going to be so good. The link is below right in the show notes. And I also wanted to mention the app. If you have not joined the app, it's called the Path app. You can join for 5 days free. It is so incredible. Meditations, articles, background music, sleep tracks, subconscious reprogramming, somatic practices, journal prompts. I say journal prompts, probably already did. Articles. I think I already said that. Okay, we're repeating ourselves. It is so good. It is really awakening and self-growth and personal transformation right in your pocket. There are tons of resources in under 10 minutes. And depending on how you learn, that's why I've done from meditations to articles to journal prompts to all these things, because we all learn differently. So it's got what you need right in your pocket. It's called the Path app. And as I said, you can join for 5 days free. So I'll put the link below for that. Come over, join, see if it's for you. Right now, we're still in intro pricing. So after the free days, it's $11.11 per month. $11.11, really inexpensive, and the price is going to go up soon. So check it out, see if it's for you. Again, that's called the Path app, and the link is below. So, okay, did the little intro, what we're going to talk about today, mention the retreat, mention the app. I think we're good. Okay, let's do this. Let's drop the shoulders, take a sip of water, and let's dive into today's topic. Okay, so what does it truly mean to show up for yourself? Not just in theory, not just in some sort of like, hey, you should really show up for yourself, or even some concept you're like, you what? Show up for what? It's not even just in a Pinteresty way. It's in a real, lived, spiritual, physical, emotional way. What does it mean to show up for yourself? And because you are the self-master of your own life, you are a self-led guide in your own life. I want to just first ask you, what does it mean to you to show up for yourself? If somebody asked you, I just want to see, first of all, what comes up for you. To me, showing up for yourself is one of the most sacred things you can do. And as I mentioned in the intro, it's where we really put the healing work and even the manifestation work, the self-growth work into action. And it's not always big or flashy. Often it's quiet, it's consistent, and it's really authentic. So showing up for yourself, having your own back, honoring your own needs. This isn't just self-care. I mean, it is, if you think of the root of that, caring for yourself, then yes, that's absolutely what it is. But it's not just an isolated act. This is about self-responsibility. This is about your soul's evolution. This is how we actually become that future version, quote unquote, or the version of us that we're trying to manifest. The one who's magnetic, the one who feels healthy in their body, the one who maybe invests in themselves or goes to the gym or has deep relationships or has the experiences they want to have, makes the income they want to make. This is where we actually become that version, is by truly showing up for ourselves and our goals and our potential. So let's break this down even more. This is about, as I said, self-responsibility, which I just want to say, like, the powerful part of me is like, yeah, self-responsibility. And the part of me that has been through a lot of shit, that is the inner child or is the wounded part, goes like, because in a way, nobody can show up for you like you can. And nobody can show up for you if you're not showing up for you. Nobody can show up for you more than you can show up for you. And I literally see this play out in real life where, say, my husband's like, oh, like, why don't you take like a yoga class? And I'm like, oh, I'm so busy and everybody needs me. And like, I just can't justify like taking that time. And he's like, well, no, maybe like on this day, like I could take the kids, and he's trying to make it happen for me. And I'm going, yeah, but no, I don't think we can. Or, oh, and there's these little slivers where to me, I see he's trying to show up for me, trying to make it happen, trying to make sure that I'm looking after myself. And I'm even resisting it, which is just a metaphor, but also a very real life situation where nobody can show up for you more than you can. This is the self-responsibility piece. This is the piece where sometimes we have to just sink into nobody's coming to save you. And the flip side of that is even your best friend or your partner or a loved one, someone that really cares for you, that does want to help you, that is actually there for you, they cannot be louder than you. They cannot show up for you more than you can, because at the end of the day, you're the one that is the closest to you. Does that make sense? So we need to learn to show up for ourselves, whether we have a ton of support in our life or we don't have any support in our life, or we feel like we don't. This is still about nobody's coming to save you. We are the ones, though, that save ourselves. So we can say nobody's coming to save you and we go, oh, that kind of sucks. But the flip side of that is that you are the one to come save you. And this is your soul's evolution. This is the healing work. And this doesn't mean we don't need people. This is an inside job. It doesn't mean we don't accept help or don't accept support or we have to be totally on our own. This is even deeper than that. This is showing up for ourselves from the inside out. So let's talk first about mentally. Showing up for yourself mentally, speaking kindly to yourself, choosing not to bully yourself into growth, to shame yourself in your mind. I hear what you think. I know you, right? To not pressure ourselves or say, oh, why did you do that? Why are you doing that? Oh, you're so lazy. Oh, you're so this. Oh, you'll never be able to do it. Oh, it's good for her, but I can't do that. Oh, I've never been somebody who can XYZ. We have to interrupt the spiral. That is self-love. Mentally caring for ourselves and saying, no, I'm not going down that road. Choosing presence over pressure. Choosing the voice you listen to in your mind. And believe me, it takes practice and it takes time. It's not easy, but we first need to really bring illumination to it. Having your own back, showing up for yourself, starts with the inner roommate you have in your mind and how you're speaking to yourself. And let yourself give yourself little moments of like, okay, we can do this. Or, yeah, good job. Let's look at what we have done. Let's look at how strong our body is. You can do this. You're resilient. You've literally been through so much worse and come out the other side. There must be a way. We can do this. Let's do it. That type of speak, even sometimes if you're not used to that, goes so far. That is a huge part of showing up for yourself. Not bullying yourself into growth in your mind, loving yourself, lifting yourself up. I talk about this on the show that we need to lift ourselves up into success. We need to raise ourselves into success, not berate or pressure or shove or force. So it starts mentally. So also emotionally, showing up for yourself, having your own back emotionally, letting yourself feel without apologizing for it or without forcing it to be positive or saying to yourself like, oh, that's silly to feel this. That's silly to feel envious of someone else, or that's silly to hold on to this thing, or, oh, you should just let it go. It's half mental, half emotional, not letting yourself feel. So emotionally, we need to honor our feelings, whether we deem them as completely irrational or whether or not we think we should feel this, just allowing yourself to feel it, like almost like, I don't want to wallow in this, but I totally allow myself to fall off the rails sometimes and feel that. I slipped into fear. Whoops, we all do it. Let yourself feel it and move forward. So it's not bottling it up. It's not judging it. It's not even bypassing it with something spiritual or positive. It's making room for your emotions to just be without being fixed. So emotionally, this is also where things like our inner child come out, where when we feel sad, when we feel left out, when we feel alone, when we feel, bullied or excluded or scared, often it's our inner child. So honoring the part of ourself, and even as a very quick general practice, putting your hand on your heart, trying to name what you're feeling, and then saying it's okay to feel that. So right now I feel, maybe it's frustrated, pressured, overwhelmed. I feel not good enough. I feel sad. I feel alone. And that's okay. To the part of me that feels alone, to the part of me that feels sad, to the part of me that feels frustrated today, it's okay. It's there. It's okay. We will move forward. But also it's okay to just feel this. That's part of emotionally showing up for yourself. And how many of us go oh, it was ridiculous. I totally was overreacting. Or, oh, it was just because I was about to get my period. Never mind. And it's no, emotions are important and they're to be honored no matter what. No matter what you think the source is, we can just honor it and then choose if we want to keep focusing, then choose if we want to move forward, right? But it starts in that showing up for yourself emotionally. Also, offering yourself love, offering yourself compassion is showing up for yourself emotionally. Gentle self-talk, like we're talking about mentally, gentle self-talk emotionally, oh, sweetie, I see you feel that. Oh, it's okay. I'm sending you love. It's so powerful. And then there's physically. Oh my goodness, physically showing up for yourself. Tending to your body, your nervous system. Also, your mind is physical, but your physical body, like the sacred vessel that it is. And in some ways, in the physical human plane, your body's all you have. Your health is all you have, right? They say you've got 99 problems until you have a health problem, and then you have one problem. So physically, we need to tend to ourselves. and moving away from like what we think we should weigh and what, I mean, I'm not going to judge your journey. You can focus on whatever you want, but all I mean is it's not superficial looking after your body. I'm talking about moving it for circulation and for health, resting, drinking water, eating eating foods that offer vitamins and nutrients, nourishing your body. Maybe it's fasting. Maybe it's making soups and stews. Maybe it is, as I said, the nervous system aspect of it. Tending to your body as if it's a sacred vessel. So showing up for yourself cannot fully happen without the body piece. So if I just ask you, how has your body been speaking to you? How have you been showing up for your body? And where is your higher self guiding you to show up more for your body? Is it about nutrition or, as I said, rest, stimulation, downtime, nervous system, detoxifying your body? Where has your body been asking you to tend to it? This is a huge part of showing up for ourselves. And if you have really any kind of wounding, like we all do, but particularly abandonment and betrayal wounds and that kind of thing, often we didn't learn that we were worth showing up for. So that will manifest in our body. That's been like the story of my life, like an eating disorder and, pain in my body and, feeling comfortable in my body and my frame and its shape, weight, all this stuff. It's like sometimes we were not shown that we were worth showing up for. So now we put off things like exercise or water or taking our vitamins because we literally weren't shown that we're worth showing up for. So the physical aspect of it is so important. And so I'm really going to encourage you as we talk about this and as you go forward in your day and in your week, how can I show up for my body more? Simple things like downtime, rest, water, these things I'm talking about. You don't need to do a radical overhaul, but tending to your body, tending to its needs. And sometimes that is getting a massage or getting a pedicure or whatever it is that you love and enjoy for self-care. But looking at it like my body's a sacred vessel and I'm going to look after it, because it is true that our spirit is here and our soul is here and it will continue on. But this one human experience that we're in right now is ultimately, it ends when our body ends, right? So looking after our body for vitality, for quality of life, while we're here to really enjoy it, is a whole other thing rather than I want to be a size 6, I want to do this, I want to do that. And again, there's no shame, but what I'm saying here is truly sacredly showing up for yourself is treating your body like a vessel and seeing that it is the portal to your intuition, to your life experience this time around. So movement, nourishment, general health. Where can you support your body? Not waiting for burnout to finally listen. Hand up. If you listened to the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. But trying to not wait till there's an injury, till there's burnout, till we get sick, to finally listen to what your body's whispering. So what is it telling you you need right now? What are the top 2 things that your body is telling you? To show up for me, I need this, right? So showing up for yourself, we've gone through mentally, emotionally, physically, and energetically as well. So noticing when you're drained, plugging yourself back in even half as much as you plug in your phone, pulling things back, saying no to things, not overcommitting. If you're an empath, if you're an introvert, or if you're an extrovert, like noticing what do you need energetically? Do you need more people and connection? Do you need more rest and alone time? Do you need more sleep? Your energy, where are you at? Have you been frazzled and pressured and scattered and feeling fearful or off or ungrounded? Coming back to yourself. What makes you feel energetically good, energetically on fire, plugged in, rested? That's what we need more of. Noticing where you're drained. And energetically, maybe you need to pull back from like the social stuff, or maybe it is that you need more time with really good friends, less work, less pressure, and just off time. Do you need some downtime, right? I feel like we're all going like, yes, I need that, all of those things. So energetically checking in, energetically showing up for yourself. And then the next area, the last area in this segment I want to talk about is spiritually. So, how do we spiritually show up for ourselves? Keeping your connection open, fine tuning your, whether it's your aura, your chakras, your intuition, whatever levels you resonate with, making space for the divine, making space for meditation, for communication with spirit. Maybe it's pulling cards, maybe it's just being open, maybe it's looking for signs, tuning into your soul. Remembering that showing up for yourself helps you to connect to spirit. Your body is your channel in which your intuition even runs through. So showing up for your body, when you're more relaxed, when your nervous system is doing well, you are more receptive. You are the vessel. So making space for spirit, making space for space to connect into the nothingness in some way that is within you, that calm, that peace, that spirit. So if you pray to God, do you need to go to church? Do you need to, remember to have your nightly prayers? Is it more about nature and oneness and your spirit or your soul? Is it all of the above? Making space for that in your life, showing up for yourself. This often takes a back seat, or for me, it'll take more of a front seat than the physical. And so I have to kind of bring that into balance. But you may be that way. You may have one of these areas that you're on it, and then other areas that you're like, oh yeah, I need to definitely tend to my garden over here. So spiritually, how can you show up for yourself? Connecting to the deeper part of you, connecting to the divine. And as I've mentioned with all of these, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually, I have definitely not always known how to do this. And I'm learning in real time with you guys as I'm on this path. And in some ways, I thought I did. I thought that journaling or just meditating for the sake of meditating was enough. But I noticed that I was abandoning myself in so many little ways. Saying yes when my body was saying no, overgiving, skipping joy, really, working harder, overcommitting, looking outside of myself for approval or to be chosen, not drinking my water, not remembering my vitamins when they make me feel so much better. And I had to realize, and I am realizing again, there's always layers, but I remember huge ahas a few years ago about really realizing, as I said in the beginning, no one can show up for me like I can. Because I would blame it on my mom, or I'd blame it on the relationship I was in at the time, or I'd blame it on whatever else, the bullies. But at the end of the day, that stuff happened, but I still need to show up for me. And then now I'm in situations, like I said, with my husband, where he's trying to show up for me. He's trying to make the weekly yoga class happen. And I'm like, I don't know. What about the kids? And he's like, trust me, I got it. I can do Monday nights or whatever it is. Go do it. And I'm like, oh, but because nobody can show up for me more than I can. This is shadow work. This is inner child work. This is reparenting. This is learning that at a certain point, no matter what's been done or not done in my life, I still need to learn to show up for me. So I can be mad at the people of my past, and I can blame things on the people of my past or my circumstances. And I am valid in that. That's fine too. However, at the end of the day, even if I process through everything that's happened and I go to therapy for everything that's happened, which by the way, I have I'm not saying process through everything, but I've done that road, and we are all doing that road of self-growth and forgiveness and all that stuff. And even after all that stuff, we go, okay, now what? Well, you need to show up for yourself. Like you are your number one fan, like your needs matter. And when we start showing up for ourselves, not only does our vibration raise, so manifestation, creative ideas, synchronicities, life reflects back that worthiness. You say, hey, I'm worth it. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to get a little bit more rest. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm worth it. And life starts reflecting that back. Is like, hey, there's someone who's worth it. Send them some opportunities, send them some peace, send them some money, send them some magnetism, because they get it. They're getting the memo. And that's the next piece I want to bring to you before we start to wrap up. This is a spiritual assignment as well as personal self-growth and all that. It's not just self-growth. This is ascension. This is you getting the memo that your body matters, that your needs matter, that your joy matters, that your wellness in all the ways matters. It also is you getting the memo that your dreams matter, your goals matter, that you matter. So this is the real life work. And as we step into that phase of life of I matter and my needs matter, and we walk away from the heaviness and the labels and the being a victim of our previous circumstances, and we turn to here now and we look forward and we go, now what? Now I step into a life where I matter. And this is the spiritual assignment. This is part of the awakening process of realizing that you matter, that your needs matter, that your voice matters, that your physical body matters, that your mindset matters, that you deserve loving thoughts, you deserve vitamins, you deserve nourishing actions. So in real freaking life, what it looks like, it's things like saying no when you're drained, even if you feel guilty, booking the Monday night yoga class, even if you miss bedtime one night and your kids are like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. And you still go like, no, you know what? I deserve this. And I understand that you're sad, and I'm going to give you a kiss before I go, and I will come and see you even if you're asleep in your bed when I get home, and I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Fill up your water bottle and go because you deserve it. It's eating a proper meal instead of opting for the quick version that makes your belly feel like crap, or skipping it to do more work when your body's grumbling and your stomach is all like, you know. It's choosing you. It's making the investment, booking the session, taking the course, starting the business, going to the class, hiring the mentor, doing what you need to do because your life and your mental health and your dreams matter. It's walking away from someone who does not treat you like you deserve to be treated. It's blessing and releasing dynamics that are in old self-worth. It's standing for your needs, vocalizing your needs. Sometimes we need to say, you know what, I need a little bit more space, or I need a bit more downtime, or I need some alone time, or whatever it is. Speaking what you need, standing up for your needs, setting boundaries and honoring them about the types of dynamics you do allow and don't allow into your life. And this isn't about, I'm not going to go all into it here because that's separate episodes, but boundaries and all this, it's not about cutting everybody out. It's deciding what you want to spend your focus on, what you are willing to say yes to. Boundaries are a you thing, not a them thing. So you honoring how much or little you want to drink, or you want to go out, or you want to spend on this, or you know, whatever it is, boundaries are about you deciding what you will and will not allow into your field. And all of this doesn't always feel like this glow up, right? It's on Instagram. Sometimes it feels like crying in the bathtub and giving yourself loving words. Sometimes it looks like breaking a cycle that on the outside, nobody even sees it. But the way you talk to yourself while you're eating that food or going out for a walk or whatever, it's these moments of like, I did it. I am moving in that direction of showing up for myself. Sometimes it's asking for help. Sometimes it's booking the massage, even though you're like, I cannot justify $100, but like my body hurts every day. This is a ripple effect and an indication and an application of the deepest healing work. This is the deepest healing work that you can do, to consistently choose yourself, to become someone who shows up for herself as if her needs matter. When you show up for yourself as if your needs matter, this is the work in action, because your needs do matter. And when we show up for ourselves, we rewire our self-worth, we shift our vibration, We start to embody the energy of someone who receives and enjoys life and can really transform that area that you're really deeply looking to transform. So your highest self shows up for herself, right? They show up for themselves. They're not waiting to be saved. They move through life and show up for themselves like somebody who matters. They choose their body, their voice, their joy, their passions, their hobbies. This is the version of you that your manifestations are waiting on at this point, because it is also that spiritual assignment. And the more you grow through what you go through, the more you accept the assignment as well as chase the goals, that's when it all comes together. So I want to leave you with a few questions. What does showing up for yourself actually look like? And if you're really a go-getter or a goal-getter, you can write out, what does it mean to show up for myself mentally? And then write, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually. What does that mean? Where have I been not showing up for myself? And how can I gently return? And then also ask yourself, what is a micro action that could happen on any given day that shows you I've got me? In your own life, what is a micro action that you could do like on the daily that shows yourself I've got me? Is it doing a meditation first thing in the morning, taking your vitamins, going for a walk, checking in, investing in something? What is a micro action that's more like the everyday actions? Topping up your water bottle, writing out your emotions, doing your gratitude list, working out, moving your body. What could you do every day? Different things you could do that show yourself I've got me. Okay, my love. So you don't need to do it perfectly. We always talk about this. You just need to start expanding into this concept of what does it mean to truly show up for myself as if my needs matter. Your body, your energy, your dreams. What does it mean to truly show up for yourself? And if showing up for yourself includes meditations or journaling, exploring yourself deeper, I highly recommend the app. And if a retreat or an in-person transformative experience comes up when you think of taking care of yourself, I would love to see you in the retreat in September. Come be held, come exhale, come get activated. It's going to be so beautiful. All right, my love, I'll see you in the next recording. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I genuinely hope that it served you. If you feel like you're in the give and back mood, I would be so honored if you left a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to the podcast. It really does help so much. And if you're looking for books to integrate into your life, to create daily practices, to keep you on your path of self-growth and awakening, you should check out my Amazon store. I've got a few daily practice style books that you can choose from, including Manifest This Shit, which is a coloring and activity book for manifestation. We've got the brand new one called Both Sides, which is a daily practice. And we've also got the bedtime ritual. So you can check out the link for that as well as other things in the show notes below. And I will see you in the next episode.